Dot and Penny begin the episode on a mission to steal Exceed's secret data about Laquium. To avoid being recognized, they both go undercover, though Dot's disguise barely hides her face, and she is clearly uncomfortable wearing it. As they enter the Exceed Museum, the episode shows repeated emphasis on Gimmighoul's obsession with collecting coins, hinting at something important coming later. After passing the receptionist and slipping inside before closing, Dot and Penny hide inside the museum's exhibits once the building locks down, despite the strange lack of any staff checking for remaining visitors. Once night mode activates, they hack into the CCTV system to avoid being spotted and begin moving through the museum. They quickly encounter 3 guard Pokémon, but a combination of Aqua Cutter, Disarming Voice, and Brutal Swing defeats them easily. They reach a private elevator that was remotely activated by Amethio's father, giving access to the data room. However, during this, Gimmighoul slips away to hunt for more coins, leaving the group. Dot and Penny sneak up to the server floor and hack into Exceed's system. While they work to download the confidential Laquium research files, Indy and Rubella make their way toward the top floor. Gimmighoul ends up bumping into them, and in a hilarious twist, it temporarily possesses them into collecting coins, which distracts them long enough for Dot and Penny to finish the download. Soon after, all paths collide. Chouse arrives. With her 2 Pokémon, Indy and Rubella summon Drapion and Scolipede, and the explorers activate strong spheres to empower their partners, though the Laquium-powered attacks no longer feel as threatening as they once did. Dot and Penny use smart typing matchups to block the explorers' attacks. Tinkaton's steel typing nullifies the poison attacks meant for Penny, while Sylveon's fairy attacks counter Chelsea's dark-type Pokémon. Realizing this, Chelse grabs Gimmighoul and uses it as bait, causing Dot to rush forward. She activates a wall that drops between them and separates Dot from Penny. This is a strategic trap, separating the Steel-type user from the Poison-type attackers, and separating the Fairy-type user from the Dark-type attackers, giving the explorers the advantage. Penny ends up battling Indy and Rubella alone, while Dot faces Chelse, who immediately begins outmaneuvering her with brutal efficiency. Dot's Quaxwell tries to buy time for Tinkaton to charge up a Gigaton hammer, but Chelse's Xatu teleports directly in front of Tinkaton, causing Quaxwell's attack to accidentally hit his own teammate. Then Xatu uses Power Swap to steal Tinkaton's attack power, leaving Tinkaton too weak to even lift her own hammer, while Xatu becomes strong enough to strike hard using the stolen stats. Medicham follows up by striking Quaxwell, leaving Dot's Pokémon battered. Gimmighoul tries to help Dot, but Xatu takes advantage of the moment and steals Dot's phone containing all the stolen Laquium data. Dot is cornered. Quaxwell and Tinkaton are down. The data is stolen, and Chouse has predicted every move. But in the middle of the chaos, Dot realizes something crucial. Gimmighoul needs just 1 more coin to evolve. She spots a stray coin, dives for it, and throws it to Gimmighoul with complete determination. The Pokémon catches the coin, and the moment the 999th coin connects, it begins to glow. Gimmighoul evolves into Gholdengo, radiating overwhelming energy and confidence. Immediately, it snatches Dot's stolen phone back with ease, rescues Quaxwell and Tinkaton, lets Dot hop onto its body, and surfs across the floor using its own golden trail. With smooth, effortless power, it uses Make It Rain to blow open a massive section of the wall. Meanwhile, Penny defeats Indy and Rubella and escapes with her Sylveon. Dot and Penny regroup, hop onto Gholdengo, and burst out of the window, sailing into the night with the moon behind them as they escape the museum with all the stolen Laquium data. After the mission, Dot and Penny separate and head back to the Rising Volt Tacklers. Dot reunites with the team aboard the Brave Olivine and begins reading through the newly acquired data. While she works, her Rotom phone suddenly begins to ring, and the name on the screen shocks her. It's Friede. She answers, stunned, and Friede tells her he is on his way to them right now. But then he reveals something no one expected. He is calling her from outer space and is returning from space back to Earth. Dot is speechless, and the episode ends with that revelation. Friede descending toward the planet from space, setting up the next episode with one of the most unexpected cliffhangers in the entire series.